Valley Sports is brought to you by your Southern California Cadillac dealers. Looks like a beautiful night for baseball in Seattle, T-Mobile Park. Final three of the season, Angels and the Mariners. Mariners need it. It's time for the Joe-Madon Show with Mark-Gubicza.
All right, Joe. This year, obviously, you wanted to be in the postseason. That didn't work out, but there was a lot of really magical moments. What are some of your favorite moments for 2021 season for the Halos?
Well, you're right, though. I mean, first of all, this is playoff weather. It's nice and crispy up here. You got that chill in the air. It feels like playoff weather, and all you got to do is watch, and I want that to be the last time that happens in a long time. Favorite stuff, favorite moments. I've already brought it up, and we've talked about it, I think, even maybe the last time, but the first series against the White Sox, that was very exciting. And to have Shohei do both things in the same game, pitched really well and hit that pretty far homer, that to me really stands out. I mean, that was we got off a decent start. There was a lot of good energy. We were well with everybody functioning at the same time. That was a pretty exciting moment because the White Sox were a team and they are in the playoffs, but we just weren't able to keep it together health-wise. But that really stands out. On a personal level, I really enjoyed David Fletcher's hitting streak. I thought that was pretty significant. Here's a guy that's doesn't hit the ball far. But he's such a smart baseball player. We're talking about him a lot today, and instinctively, it's hard to beat him on a baseball field. He's just on a different plane mentally. The end of the season hasn't been kind to him, but that hitting streak was pretty significant, and I believe there's a lot more of that in him as we move this entire thing forward. So I really enjoyed that part of it too. I like a lot the ascension of some of the young pitchers, whether it's Suarez or Sandoval in particular. I think they've really blossomed into potentially strong major league starters, and I don't think it's been spoken about enough by Sal Iglesias, what he has done this year. We're below 500. We're not where we want to be, but I'm here to tell you, without him, it would have been much worse than that. He is that good. He's that good. Was that significant to us, and he does a lot of stuff behind the scenes. So I'll just drop those four things. I mean, there's 1,000 other things I'm sure that I could think about.
Now, Joe, going forward to 2022, I know there's still some games to play up there in Seattle, maybe knock them out of the postseason, but looking forward to this team going into the 2022 season. You just said you don't want to ever watch anybody think about making the playoffs. You want to be part of a playoff team. How does that happen for you guys?
Well, I think we laid a lot of great groundwork this year. Culturally, I have said this 1,001 times. I like this group a lot. I like what they've done internally in the clubhouse. I love their work. I love how we're ready to play the first pitch. There's a lot to love about, again, the bedrock that these guys have set. And I told them that. I've already had my exit team meeting with the guys, and I brought that up as being one of the most impressive parts about this team. Among all the teams I've ever had, I don't know that I've had a team that's been more ready from the first pitch on a nightly basis than this group has, like running hard to first base. The defense has become a priority. Pitchers are really starting to get into the domination of the 1-1 count. Base running, aggressiveness. There's a lot of things that have occurred here in a very subtle manner that have gotten better. And again, you don't turn a battleship on a dime. Last year, again, was just an abbreviated year. I'm sorry if I disappoint anybody, but it's difficult to get anything substantially done under the circumstances of last year. So I feel as though this was our very first year together, and especially with Perry and the guys. So, and again, talk about Perry. I mean, Perry and Alex and the group have done a wonderful job of incorporating or ingratiating or including everybody. It's just it's top to bottom. It's a really tightly knit group, and I know we're all on the same page. So a lot of stuff that, again, it's almost like baseball infrastructure is not necessarily noticeable to everybody else. It's definitely in place, and we recognize it.
All right, Joe, a lot of pressure on you here, man. Our final song for the season of our Joe-Madon show until we go to the end of 2022. What's our song here today up there in Seattle?
Well, Seattle has a big part of it, and I think this might be a repeat performer, but it's a combo repeat performer. Eddie just reached out today. He got in touch with Bussy, and he wanted to come to the game Sunday, but he's doing some gigs down there in L.A., I guess, right now. It's kind of ironic. But I wanted to include Eddie, and Eddie, for years, I've been telling him how much I enjoy his Beatles covers. Who's not a big Beatles fan? And he is. I know him, and he's actually gone to England, and he's visited George Harrison's house. He knows the family well, and we talk about it. So anyway, it's a combo. It's Eddie and the Beatles. And I guess you've got to hide your love away for the rest of the winter, right? Whenever oftentimes I'll hear that song in the winter, I'll be sitting around and that comes on with him singing, and I automatically always text him and say, hey, I got you here right now doing another Beatles gig. So Eddie's the best. And when he does the Beatles cover stuff, I'm a Pearl Jam guy, we all are, but it's, he really, in a visceral way, really gets into these songs, and I love them. So you got to hide your love away for the rest of the winter, but bring it back out in spring.
Oh, perfect. I'm looking forward to hanging out with Eddie next season there, Joe, along with yourself, man. Let's get going. Let's have some fun year next year in 2022.
You got it, brother. Always my pleasure, man. Thank you.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks for everything, my friend. Thank you.
All right.